everyone, Rich Barr here with the Maryland and Delaware group of Long and Foster. I'm sitting here with Austin Widdison, Marketing Director of Evolution Craft Brewing Company. Appreciate you sitting down with me and taking some time to chat about what's going on with your company.
Thanks for having me, man. Stoked to have you guys here.
For most of the locals, we all pretty much know most of Evo's story anyways, but for people that might be looking to come to the area or might be new to the area, tell us a little bit about, Evo, how it started and all that kind of good stuff.
Sure. We're a family-owned and operated brewery. We pride ourselves on that, and we're most importantly still an independent craft brewery. With that being said, in 2009, we were restaurant openers. We had a bunch of, experience in the food industry, and we currently have 10 restaurants, but we brew with a little different philosophy. We're a culinary craft beer. We brew based on food placements. We know what we buy in our restaurants. We know what sells well, so we brew beers that fill those pockets. We started off in a Delaware originally, and then we got a really awesome opportunity to take over a 150-year-old ice plant that sits directly above the largest aquifer on the Eastern Shore. So I think the one thing that makes us really unique is we're pulling well water out of the ground that we quality control every day here and test, and it's as near perfect brewing conditions as you can get.
Wow, that makes perfect sense. I never knew that.
Yeah.
So just kind of diving right into it, as everyone can see, we're sitting here drinking, lot 3 out of new cans.
Crack that.
What do you guys have going on? Tell us a little bit about the cans. Tell us maybe something that the general public might not know about what you're doing now, what you got going on.
We're doing a refresh of our brands. All the main lines are going to have new packaging. You'll see Lot 3 and Lot 6 on the street now in bottles and in cans. That's our newest and greatest. We've been bottling now since 2009. We also keg as well as do a large format bottle formula, but one of the things we've wanted to really get involved in is putting some packaging in cans, and our first can, Lot 3, came out about 2.5 weeks ago, but it should be just about in every major market now.
Wow, that's awesome. And then are you doing all that here locally?
Yeah, everything we do is brewed, manufactured here on the Eastern Shore and sent out to, I'll call it an 8-state area, 7 states plus DC. They all have their own rules, but we pretty much circumference the entire Mid-Atlantic.
Is there anything that you can kind of, open up the hood and let us know about that maybe isn't necessarily public knowledge yet or anything like that?
We're introducing some new brands, one of which is going to be our second can that comes out this spring. There's going to be a big marketing PR push for it, but there's been a recent insurgence of sour beers being a hit across the whole craft beer community. So we're introducing Day Crush Session Sour. We currently have it in market in draft, and it's at a large portion of places here on the Eastern Shore, but you can also find it all over the Mid-Atlantic. The sours kind of open up more of a sessional thing, and we were able to do lighter beers and drink them all day. That's the whole point behind the Day Crush Session Sour.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, speaking of that, do you think that we might be able to go down and maybe talk to a few people about that and maybe even try some of it?
Yeah, I think Ken downstairs, who made the Day Crush, would be happy to let you taste it and try it out.
Perfect, let's do it.
Dude, I'm all in. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Salud. Richard, we were talking about Day Crush, the next addition to our main lines, and we have the pleasure of having Ken Martin, the brewer of Day Crush and the creator behind the concept of the delicious beer. Tell us a little bit about it, what it's like.
So Tom Noor, our owner, came to me and said, I need something that's really going to sell, that we can take to the beach, that is quenching and low gravity, something that will travel, something that really sells the cans. So we came up with Day Crush Session Sour. It's 4.8%, very low gravity, easy to drink, and we actually pre-ferment this with our house strain of Lactobacillus. It's kind of complicated, it's very nerdy, but in the end, you get a nice light beer. It's brewed with over 50% wheat, and it goes down pretty quick. But it's low gravity, it's easy to drink, and it's really fun. I like it.
And it's quickly becoming my favorite beer for sure.
Yeah.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.